Hello and welcome. Today we bring you a series of updates from Pattaya, where city officials are juggling new development projects, public concerns, and environmental challenges. From modern sports facilities and controversial beach camping plans to illegal dumping crackdowns and major upgrades at Jomtien Beach, here's what has been happening across the city. Early this week, after decades of complaints from teachers, students, and local residents, Pattaya officials confirmed that they are moving forward with plans to replace the dusty and flood-prone sand lot in front of Pattaya City School No. 8 with a modern, artificial turf football field. The area, which for years has been little more than an open sandy patch, will soon become a professional sports field combined with new parking facilities. Deputy Mayor Krisana Bonsawat, joined by Provincial Council Member Warapot Pungpali, City Advisor Precha Kakai, and City Councillor Wuditorn Seng Rai, visited the school to check on preparations. They explained that the plan follows a detailed master design and consultation process that included input from school administrators, the education committee, and even nearby religious leaders. For decades, the sandy area has been a headache. In summer, dust blows into classrooms. During heavy rain, the space floods and becomes unusable. And during large festivals at nearby Wat Chai Mangkol, there has never been enough parking. The project will cover more than 2,000 square meters with an estimated budget of 20 million baht. Once final funding approval is secured from the City Council later this year, construction is expected to begin in 2026. Officials promised to fast-track the project so that students, teachers, and local residents can enjoy the facilities as quickly as possible. The football field will serve not only as a school sports ground, but also as a shared community space, where youth teams and local groups can organize events and tournaments. While that project was being welcomed by many, another proposal has stirred significant controversy. A suggestion to allow paid camping directly on Pattaya Beach has been met with sharp criticism from both foreign tourists and long-term residents. Some members of the public had argued that camping areas could attract more domestic visitors, but foreign travelers have been blunt in their response, warning that such a move could damage the city's reputation and hurt its hotel industry. "Where will the campers go to the toilet?" one European visitor asked. "Everyone already knows what will happen. People will end up using the sand or the street." Others pointed out that Pattaya already struggles with litter along the shore, and beach camping would only magnify the problem. Expats who have lived in the city for many years were equally direct. One long-term resident commented that Pattaya risks moving from one bad idea to the next, warning that the plan could turn the city into the worst place in the world if implemented. Hotels and guest houses, already struggling with low occupancy rates compared to pre-pandemic levels, are worried that allowing visitors to sleep for free on the beach will further drive away paying guests. If you allow hundreds of people to pitch tents and cook on the beach, quality tourists will disappear, one tourist warned. "This city is supposed to be a leisure destination, not a giant campsite." Critics also raised wider concerns about hygiene and safety. Pattaya has long battled with cigarette butts buried in the sand, scattered plastic waste, and occasional late-night incidents on the beach. Adding unregulated camping, cooking fires, and crowds of overnight campers, they argue, could transform Pattaya's most valuable natural attraction into a liability. Officials have not yet confirmed whether the idea will move forward, but opposition among international visitors appears strong, and hoteliers are pressing city leaders to reject the proposal in order to protect both business and image. As debates continue about the future of the beachfront, another pressing issue was confronted by city officials: illegal dumping. On the morning of September 2nd at 11 o'clock, Deputy City Council President Praiwan Aromchurn led a team of council members, department heads, and sanitation officials to Soi Tep Prosit 9 in South Pattaya, where large amounts of construction waste had been dumped, blocking public passage. The debris included concrete slabs, rocks, and broken rubble, clearly the remains of demolition or renovation projects. Heavy machinery, including a JCB excavator, was deployed to remove the piles, which had encroached dangerously onto the road. Praiwan explained that the city has dealt with repeated incidents of waste dumping in this area. including previous cases where accumulated garbage even caused small fires. To put a stop to the problem, he outlined a three-part strategy. First, landowner accountability. Authorities will check property tax maps to identify who owns the land where the dumping occurs. If waste is repeatedly dumped on private property, the landowner can be fined under Section 32 of the Public Cleanliness Act, unless they take steps to secure the site. Second, surveillance and monitoring. CCTV cameras will be installed to capture who is dumping and when. With video evidence, violators can be punished with the maximum fines allowed by law. And third, continuous patrols. Officials will conduct checks throughout the day, especially in the early morning and late evening when illegal dumping is most common. Offenders caught in the act will be fined on the spot. Praiwan stressed that fines must be applied consistently and at the maximum rate. Without strong enforcement, he warned, the dumping problem will never end, and residents will continue to suffer from blocked streets and unhealthy conditions. Authorities also urged residents and contractors to use official waste disposal channels rather than discarding debris into public areas. Meanwhile, along the shoreline, Pattaya continues its efforts to reshape Jomtien Beach. Long-awaited upgrades are gradually becoming visible, with wider sidewalks, better lighting, and new parking capacity for over 700 vehicles. In addition, larger drainage pipes and retention basins are being installed to address flooding that has plagued the area for years. Many residents welcomed the changes, praising the new pathways and shade provided by tropical almond trees. One local resident said, "It's much more comfortable walking here now. The shade makes it fresh and relaxing." But others voiced ongoing concerns. Some noted that polluted black water still flows into the sea during heavy rain, arguing that sediment traps or filtration systems should be in place before drainage water reaches the beach. There were also complaints about exposed electrical wires, poor traffic management, and illegally occupied parking spaces. Residents asked for additional shade structures, better organized one-way traffic systems, and even underground power lines to improve safety and appearance. Despite mixed feedback, city officials emphasized that the upgrades are intended to make the Jomtien Beach more attractive and functional for both tourists and locals. Work is being carried out in phases, with landscaping and additional flood protection still to come. While residents remain divided, officials remain confident that the project will ultimately transform the beach into a more appealing and sustainable destination. From new school sports facilities to heated debates about beach camping, from enforcement against illegal dumping to ongoing seaside renovations, Pattaya continues to evolve in ways that spark both excitement and controversy. The city's leaders face the constant challenge of balancing growth, tourism, and community well-being in one of Thailand's most dynamic coastal destinations.